Hi there everybody, this is David, and I was invited to preview the demo of Edge of Memories, and I am here to tell you all about it, and I definitely do think it's worth the sub as you come and you join a party and you level on up with me. Thank you so much for your sub, your like, and your brand new hype. It helps me out a ton. So Edge of Memories is from the makers of Edge of Eternity, which I didn't really like all that much, but hopefully they do better this time around. I heard that they ended up fixing Edge of Eternity, but it took like 6 months to do so yeah. Anyway, this game is an action RPG. You can have it in either English or Japanese audio. Everything is voice acted. I did not enter one time where I saw no voice acting. Even the townsfolk that you just kind of talk to, the random NPCs, they have voice acting. There's also casual or story difficulty level modes that you can choose from, and the demo itself is releasing publicly on June the 15th over on the Steam, with the full release of the entire game coming sometime this year on the PS5, Xbox, and PC. So, you play in this absolutely gorgeous world with beautiful environments. It does not look like your typical indie RPG. This looks like, a big boy game from the big companies out there. It's giving me like a Grand Blue Fantasy sort of vibe, also like a Secret of Mana vibe as well. So you start off waking up on this beach next to some guy who's like dying, but instead of him wanting to be like healed or be hydrated, he just wants to get drunk, which is kind of strange because, throughout the rest of the game, he never once mentions drinking, but hey, whatever. So you go around the island, you find the stuff, you heal the guy. You'll also be getting into combat, and this consists of light slashes and heavy slashes as well as dodging. That's pretty much it for the combat, at least in the demo, though there is a skill tree where you can unlock more powerful skills and combinations that you can do during the combat. Also, in kind of like an Illusion of Gaia twist, there are boss rooms. Remember how in that game you'd have to defeat a certain amount of enemies, and then a little ball of light would come over, fly around, and destroy the next barrier so you can move on? It's the same sort of thing here. Whenever you encounter a boss, some barriers will go up, and then you have to go ahead and, take down that boss in order to move on. Every time that your hero, Aline, levels up, she'll get more stats, and then she gains echo points, which she can then put into that stat tree to unlock better stats, better abilities, sort of bonuses, things like that, unlocking new talents in that skill tree, which is kind of cool. Also, in the menu, you can see your characters, their status, you can equip them with various weapons, armors, and accessories, and you can also kind of deal with your inventory, as well as look at a quest journal, which keeps track of your main quests, as well as your side quests, and a map of the entire world as well. Now, something that I kind of did find odd as I was moving around the map and everything is that some kind of items, you can just kind of walk on top of them and you'll automatically receive them. Other times, you'll have to actively pick up the item with the R button. There really wasn't a rhyme or a reason to when you would have to just walk over an item and grab it, or when you'd have to go over and, just use the R button to grab it. So I just kind of wish that you just kind of walked over every single item and automatically grabbed them. Why do you have to hit the R button for some items, but, not the R buttons for other items? It just didn't really make any sense. So whenever you are out and about and exploring, you'll find some campfires, and it is here that you can rest, and you can also use alchemy to craft potions. Basically, all you really have to do is look at your ingredients that you have, and you'll see little symbols in the upper right-hand corner of those ingredients. So you see red symbols or blue symbols or gray symbols or whatever. You just kind of match up those symbols together. Boom, done the end. You will create a potion, and then you are able to bring out one potion each time that you leave camp, like a haste potion or a might potion or an armor potion, but it's like a pack of 5, so you can use that potion 5 different times as well. So, yeah. Another cool thing as you're out and about exploring is there are environmental interactions. You can punch down these stacks of rocks to create bridges and gain access to new areas or islands. You can also burn down branches to find secret passages. So, you're going on through, you defeat the boss, you craft the potions, you heal the guy, and you find out that the guy apparently knows you, and he met you, but you have no idea who he is. At this point, you realize that cutscenes take place on screen, but then they also take place in like a talking visual novel sort of style. But again, no matter which way it takes place, it is fully voice acting, which is very, very, very nice. Also, another kind of odd thing is that the mouths of your characters, they never really move. It's not the biggest deal, and I know why that they don't move. It's like a cost-cutting measure or whatever. It's not a huge deal, but I just thought that I would mention it here. I personally do not care if mouths move or not. I just care about a good story and fun gameplay. That's my big thing here. So, after reviving the man, finds out his name is Yosaurus, he joins up your party, and he fights on his own. You can't actually switch party members. Like you can't fully take control of Yosaurus. You're always fighting as Aline, though you can use the L2 button to activate his special skill. You will continue to go through all these different areas. You'll see this like beautiful beachside aesthetic. I think that if you're a fan of the Mana series, you'll find a lot to like here. A fan of the Heaven and Earth trilogy, that's Soul Blazer, Illusion of Gaia, Terra Enigma, you'll find a lot to like here. Even if you're a fan of Souls-likes, I think that you'll find a lot to like here. What with all those like dodging and perfect dodging mechanics and everything. Though I will say, I don't think it's as difficult as Souls, though. It's not hard. It's just the enemies have a ton of HP, like way too much HP. Some of these bosses took way too long. Some of these regular enemies took way too long. I kind of feel like they need to cut the amount of HP that these enemies have, like in half. Like they have so much HP, it's kind of ridiculous. So, you're told where to go, but you're not really shown where to go. There is no mini-map, there is no larger map. You're just kind of like let loose and set off to explore on your own. All you really get is like a little indicator on the side of the screen, letting you know how far away you are from the next area and which general direction you should be headed in. Kind of like in Expedition 33. You know, maybe we're moving away from mini-maps because of Expedition 33. I hope not. I personally like a mini-map, I've got to say. Now, in kind of like a Star Ocean, Tales, Atelier sort of thing, as you're going to be walking around, your party members will continually talk to one another. Now, in a lot of those other games, though, whenever that happens, the dialogue happens in Japanese, especially in Atelier games. It really pisses me off. But here, again, it is fully voiced in English, so I don't have to stop what I'm doing to read what my party members are talking about. I can enjoy and listen to what they're talking about while I am fighting battles and everything else like that. So that's very, very, very nice. Eventually, you'll make your way off to a village where you are told that you're a soul whisperer and it's your job for people to like come to you with all sorts of problems, and your job is to ease their minds and ease up their burdens and kind of like get their confessions out. You then find out that a corrosion has like taken over the world and is turning people into monsters, and this corrosion is eating away at the lands as well as the people, so people are kind of really, really, really upset about that, and some of the villagers have been kind of like captured by this corrosion, taken prisoner by this corrosion. So you go out to this area that is corroded, and you try to, rescue the villagers, You're the soul whisperer, you gotta do your job. And whenever you finally get to the end, you get to a boss. And it's at this point that you find out that you can transform into like this weirdo demonic thing. It's pretty cool. It drains all of her energy, but it also allows her to destroy the corrosion. She's the only person in the world so far that can destroy that corrosion. Afterwards, you kind of like black out. You're sent to this dream world, and you find out that it says that this is the place where your spirit comes to die, where you trade your memories for power. So yeah, it looks like maybe that's why the man Yosaurus remembered you, but you didn't remember the man, because you traded your memories for those powers. Again, Edge of Memories, the title of the game right here. So that's a really cool little connection right there. So you get on out of there, out of this little dream world, you head back to the village, you think that you're going to be hailed as a hero, but instead, in a Secret of Mana sort of twist, kind of like how you're exiled from Potos Village in Secret of Mana, same thing happens here. People are scared of the unknown, they're scared of you, you turn into this monster, you turn into this corrosion, and they want nothing to do with you, so you are exiled. So now you need to go out and you need to heal the world from this corrosion. But before you can do that, the demo ends. You get roughly an hour or so of game time with this demo, and it's a whole lot of fun. The story seems really cool, seems really neat. Like, I really enjoyed the story. I enjoyed the interactions between Aline and Ysaurus. I enjoyed their kind of camaraderie and their fighting and their arguing and everything else like that. I enjoyed seeing the world, the beauty of the world. I really enjoyed how it's like Edge of Memories. You're trading your memories for the power. It's this trade-off. As far as some issues, though, I've got to say, the enemy's HP, way too high. Definitely needs to be cut in half. Way, way, way too high. Little mook battles just took way too long to deal with. They shouldn't take that long to deal with like little trash mobs and things like that. Also, again, no mini-map. There's also no larger map. It would have at least been nice to see some sort of larger map or something like that so I could like find treasure chests and things like that. But yeah, other than that, it's a really cool game. There's a lot of great potential behind it, and I'm really looking forward to seeing the finished product. But now I want to hear from y'all. What do you think about this game? Are you excited for it? Do you like the story? What do you think? Let me know in the comments. And as always, have a good day.